Illini Basketball Postgame Show from No One Asked Us. He's Craig Choate. I am Logan Lee, coming to you moments after the Illini loss in Piscataway to Rutgers, 70-59 tonight. Not great. We're going to get into the game here shortly. Real quick, don't forget, give us a like and subscribe. It would really go a long way. We would really appreciate it. Also, share these shows. That would be great as well. All right, enough of that. Hey, Craig, how are you? You good?
No,
not good. Yeah, Illinois lost tonight. They go to Rutgers. They lose 70-59. Illinois was awful up until the last about 6 to 7 minutes of this game. Illinois was playing their worst basketball of the season. They were not hitting shots. It was just bad. This was the same team that I said if they showed up the rest of the season, they won't win another game. And this was a prime example. This was the team that we saw in the second half against Northwestern. This is the same team we saw in the second half against Purdue. And that's what happened. I would like to go on record. I said it during our live stream. I made a comment about Rutgers not being very good. That was mostly me trying to talk myself into Illinois being able to be the better team in this game. Rutgers is good. They have kind of climbed their way from the bottom of the Big Ten. They have now beaten just about every other good team in the conference. They're well on their way to an NCAA tournament appearance, and they deserve that. I want to pull up their schedule real quick. We'll give you a chance to talk in a second.
I don't need one.
I know. They have now, on this season, they have beaten Purdue. They have beaten Michigan. They have beaten Michigan State, Ohio State, Wisconsin, and Illinois. Just the last 4 games alone, they have beaten Michigan State, Ohio State, Wisconsin, and Illinois. Those are 4 of the top 5 teams in the Big Ten. And they had already beaten Purdue earlier in the year. Their record has been sketch. They have not played the best basketball all season long, but they are playing well at the right time, and they showed it tonight at home against the Illini. All right, let's just open it up. This was ugly from the start. Illinois was 0 for the first 1,000 on every sort of jump shot in the first half. They did not make a single jump shot until the Trent Frazier 3 with 35 seconds to go in the first half. Their entire offense was Kofi and a couple of layups from a couple other guys, and there was the one lob to Omar Payne for a dunk. That was all of their offense in the first half until Trent hit that shot. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know where to go from this. It was just bad basketball. It was bad basketball all around. Go ahead. Just what do you got?
It proves that if this team is not shooting, they're not capable of winning basketball games. I mean, Kofi still gets a double-double and you get beat by 11. Mind you, I want to throw this out before we even get too deep into this. It was 60-37 with 6 minutes left. So the score says it was an 11-point game. It wasn't an 11-point game. It was a 15 to 20-point game.
Illinois went on a fake rally in the last 8 minutes of this game. I believe at one point it was a 14-2 Illinois rally. There was the point where they had trimmed it to 10, and then RJ Melendez came in and stole an inbound pass and almost had a layup that he missed on that would have cut the lead to 8. You and I were live streaming this, and we shut the stream off. Shortly after that, though, things did turn around. They did show a little more heart, did play a little better, but it was far too little, far too late. I don't really know what's going on. I mean, yes, they didn't make shots tonight, which is certainly, it's the game of basketball. You have to make baskets to score points, and you have to score points to win. But they've looked out of it. They've looked out of sync. It just does not seem like the same team that we've seen most this season. This Illinois team that we've seen all year has fought through this adversity. of not having their best players at different times throughout the season. We've praised how they've played against some of the top teams in the Big Ten, yada, yada, yada. The last week and a half, it's not the same. This is not the same team. I can't explain it. I'm not sure you can either. Something certainly has to click at some point, or this team is toast, if you ask me.
They have 3 offensive threats. That's it. Plummer, Frazier, and Kofi. That's it. Jake Grandison gives you nothing right now. Every day, every press conference, Brad Underwood praises Jake Grandison. He brings absolutely nothing to the floor right now. His defense is not good. He can't make a shot. Give RJ Melendez all of his minutes until Jake figures his stuff out, because he is bringing nothing. And when he's got nothing, it's Plummer, it's Frazier, and it's Kofi. And Plummer went 2 of 8 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3. Trent finally heated up for 3 of 6 from 3. Grandison was 2 of 7. He did hit a 3, but then next possession, he had one wide open and he was scared to shoot it. He didn't take it. You just hit a 3, man. Maybe you're coming out of your funk. Take the shot. And he didn't. It's there's just not much there. There's just not much there right now.
No.
You have to have 2 of the 3 guards hitting. And right now, none of them are hitting.
There was a couple points. You talked about the confidence thing, or whether it's confidence, I don't know. But there was a couple points early in the game where there were opportunities to score where there was nobody between said Illini player and the basket, and they didn't take the opportunity to score. Omar Payne pulled down a rebound, had nobody between him and the basket, didn't even realize it, was just looking to pass, and ended up, I'm sure, turning the ball over because they didn't score. I'm sure they didn't score on that possession. That happened 2 or 3 times in the first half alone. I don't know. You're right. There are no offensive threats on this team outside of those 3. RJ Melendez, I asked you early in the stream, I said, how many minutes is this kid going to play tonight? And he came in early, got destroyed on defense by, I think it was Ron Harper Jr. On 2 separate possessions, and then got a quick boot and I don't think he saw the floor the rest of the first half. Then he kind of showed life in the second half. I've been a little hesitant to fully throw him into the.
He had 10 points tonight.
Right. I know, 5 for 5 from the free throw line. And a lot of that was essentially garbage time minutes, although they were kind of making a run on it. But I've been a little hesitant to jump into the whole give RJ all of Jake's minutes conversation, but I think I'm about there. Until, as you said, until Jake maybe figures it out, maybe have him come off the bench, maybe see if that sparks something in him. I think Brad has to shake something up. I think he's gone with the same rotation for too long, whether that means Curbelo needs to start or Melendez needs to start or whatever solution you have. Coleman Hawkins at times shows signs that he's still worth something. Whatever the case may be, I think something has to change. Because this is a rough stretch to close out the Big Ten season. And I'm not going to say that this was the easiest game on the schedule, because it certainly wasn't. We know how good this team is playing. This Rutgers team is playing right now, but the other games on the schedule the rest of the year, there's not a lot of optimism there until you get to those last couple, maybe those last 2 at home. So
if everyone plays like this, they win 1, maybe 2 games the rest of the year.
No, I agree. They won't. Yeah, I've been saying that for a week now. If they play like this is the same team that we saw in the second half against Purdue and the same team we saw in the second half against Northwestern. Thankfully,
it was
one
for
of those
40 minutes tonight.
Yeah, well, maybe 30. Thankfully, one of those resulted in a win still, because they had an 18-point lead over Northwestern. But as I said, it does not get any easier, and they need to figure it out. I don't know what the solution is. I don't know if, obviously you can't, we can't give anybody long stretches of time off at this point, but some of these guys just look like they're worn out. Trent, that goes stretches where he's still facilitating. He still plays good defense, but he has been so inconsistent. He did catch fire a little bit towards the end tonight, but he has been nowhere the last 3 games. Nowhere. He's been there, we've praised him all season long about he needs to be in the all Big Ten conversation, and he hasn't shown it the last 3 games. So I don't know. They got to figure it out because there's some. This Big Ten title is certainly not out of reach at this point. I mean, they're still right in the middle of the hunt, but they're gonna have to win, win just about everything else they got.
I think what bothers me most is everyone knew Rutgers is the hottest team in the Big Ten. Everyone in New Jersey was talking that this is the biggest game at the rack in recent memory. This is, Rutgers has knocked off 4 of the top 5 teams in the Big Ten, or 3 of the top 4 teams in the Big Ten back to back to back. And Illinois comes out and they get down 7 or 8 early and they keep chucking threes and they show no fight until that 8-minute stretch, or until that 6-minute mark when Rutgers took that 20-point lead or whatever it was. Illinois showed no heart. They weren't hustling. They got out rebounded 46-28 tonight. That's 7 out of the last 9 games Illinois has been out rebounded. That is a concern. That's a major concern.
I thought they would have a little more fight tonight. I figured that they would, after their last 2 outings, that Brad would have them a little more fired up. And the rebounding is a concern, and the turnovers are a concern. The shooting was, I want to just say it was a bad night. This is one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the conference.
We'll see.
I know they haven't been great of late, but can we chalk this up to just being a bad night?
Well,
or do you think this is are we trending in a certain direction?
It was, I think at halftime, someone combined the first half tonight with the second half against Northwestern, and Illinois was like 1 for 40 from 3, or like 1 for 36 from 3 over the last 2 halves. I don't
know.
I mean, shooting, what did they say? Shooting's contagious.
Yeah.
Just like hitting's contagious, shooting's contagious. And you said it earlier. This team just lacks confidence, and it's showing up at the worst time. You're in the middle of a Big Ten championship race, and this is the performance you put off on the road.
Yeah. This team is certainly capable of flipping a switch and lighting up Michigan State on Saturday, but that can't be the same team that showed up today. Just can't. Going over stats real briefly. I know we kind of touched on some of this stuff. Kofi did get a double-double, 20 and 10. That was mostly offense. Trent did finish with 11. He got hot towards the end. Melendez, as we mentioned, had 10 points, 5 of those coming from the free throw line. That was about it. 5 from Grandison, 5 from Coleman Hawkins, 4 from Plummer, 2 from Payne, and 2 from Curbelo. Andre Curbelo, I don't know. I don't know what the answer there is. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and try to overanalyze him. Ron Harper led all scorers with 16. They were far away the better team tonight. That's a tournament team. I know they struggled out the gate, and their conference record is, well, I mean, at this point they're trending in the right direction. So
they're a game back. They're a game out of first now.
They are officially a game back. So we had said on one of our last shows, we had kind of waited, what's the race at? I think we can add them to the mix. Right now in the Big Ten standings,
what's their remaining schedule? Do you have it pulled up by chance?
I can real quick right here. Rutgers has left. They go to Purdue.
Loss.
This weekend. To Michigan.
They could win that one.
They host Wisconsin.
I mean, they can beat anybody at home.
They go to Indiana. And then they host Penn State.
They could win they can win Saturday against Purdue. Don't know that they will. Or Sunday against Purdue. Don't know that they will.
I don't think they'll win at.
I don't think they'll win at Purdue, but every other game there is winnable. So they could finish 14-6.
They are officially right in the hunt of this thing. I think we had kind of ruled them out, but they're right in the mix. Right now, there's a 3-way tie at the top. It's Purdue, Wisconsin, and Illinois all at 11-4. Ohio State and Rutgers are both technically a game back. Ohio State is 9-4. Remember, they still have several more games to play, and Rutgers is 10-5. And then Michigan State's behind them at 9-5 and 1.5 games back. So that's the top 6 of the Big Ten now. It's officially a 6-team race, although Michigan State's probably still out, but you never really know.
If they beat Illinois Saturday, it's right back in it.
Yeah. Well, that is the next matchup for the Illini. They do head to East Lansing on Saturday. That is a noon tip-off Eastern time, so 11 o'clock for those of you in the Central time zone. It'll be another big one. At some point, Illinois has got to figure this out, or their season could come to an abrupt halt. I don't think they're missing the tournament at this point, but they're going to be an easy out if they keep playing like this. Anything else that we need to touch on from this game? I know we usually like to have 3 keys and things, but I don't really know what else to say about this. This was just ugly from start to finish.
No, I mean, I have a ton of thoughts, but none that I can put into coherent sentences right now.
Do you want to try? Is there something?
No.
Is there something that you want to get out there into the world?
I'm just concerned. That's all. I mean, that's all it is. I'm just concerned. Because like I said, shooting is contagious, and live by the 3, die by the 3. So any off night and this team is done, because they haven't shown any other way that they can win games. So
I know we've
at least as of late,
we've had this discussion in times past on our show. As of right now, this exact moment on February 16th, what would you classify as a successful season? What has to happen? Are we still with Sweet 16?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's not changing. This team needs postseason. This program needs postseason success. They haven't won a tournament game, or they haven't made the Sweet 16 since the Final Four season.
Yeah. No,
To take the next step and get back to where Illinois was, you have to win NCAA tournament games. This program hasn't done it. You have to do that this year.
I know. All right. I think we're going to wrap it up. Unless you have anything else. Any other thoughts? No? Okay. All right. That's going to do it for us. Thank you to everybody that tuned into our live stream. Thank you for those listening to this show. Don't forget to give us a like, a subscribe on YouTube. It would really help us out in the long run. Subscribe on all your other podcast platforms, wherever you get your shows. We'll be back for another one of these. I imagine we'll do something on Saturday after the Michigan State game. We might be done with live streams. We haven't really decided that, but tonight didn't go very well. So we'll have to see how we do on live streams. But we will definitely plan to have another post-game show after Michigan State on Saturday.
Can we give a shout out to the one clever tweet I had for the month?
Which one was that, Greg?
The bricks.
The bricks. The bricks was good. The bricks was good.
Illinois now has enough bricks to finish their oven renovation. Good
night, everybody.